Today, we're going to tackle one of the most common mix-ups in English, object pronouns. Why do we say I love you, but then turn around and say you love me? And why does a sentence like me love you sound so, well, wrong? By the end of this quick explainer, I promise you're going to get this right every single time. So let's dive in. So let's start right there. You already know I love you. Perfect. But why does it flip to you love me? Why can't we say you love I? And what makes I love he sound so off? These are the exact questions we're going to answer right now. And seriously, I promise we're going to make this incredibly simple. By the time we're done here, you will have completely mastered it. Let's get started. Okay, our first section gets right to the heart of the matter. This is what I call the golden rule, and it's all about one very simple idea: position, where the word is in the sentence. So here's the key. A pronoun's form, whether you use I or me, he or him, changes based on its job in the sentence. And that job is all about where it is in relation to the verb. The person doesn't change, but their role in the sentence does. And here it is, the single most important thing to remember. If the pronoun comes before the verb, it's the subject. It's the one doing the action. If it comes after the verb, it's the object, the one receiving the action. That's it. Before the verb, subject. After the verb, object. Simple as that. Think of a basic English sentence following this simple formula. First, you have the doer. Then you have the verb, the action. And finally, you have the receiver, the one affected by the action. Just burn that flow into your mind. Doer, verb, receiver. It's the key to everything. All right, now that we've got the golden rule down, let's actually meet the cast of characters. We're going to look at each subject pronoun and see what it transforms into when it moves to the other side of the verb and becomes an object. This chart lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you got your subject pronouns, the doers. On the right, the object pronouns, the receivers. It's kind of like how in Turkish, ben can become beni or bana, same idea. And notice, English gives you a little break. You and it actually stay the same, which is nice. So let's see this in action. Look at this in action. Look at I know Robin. Here, I is the subject, it's before the verb. But what happens when Robin does the action? The sentence becomes Robin knows me. See? Me comes after the verb, so it's the object. Same logic for he and him. He likes music, but I like him. You see the pattern, right? And the pattern just keeps on going. She calls me. Here, she is the doer, the subject. But if I'm the one making the call, it becomes I call her. Now her is the object. It's the exact same for we. We need help. But when we ask someone for that help, it's, can you help us? And finally, we have they, which becomes them. So they know me, but I know them. And then you've got the interesting case of it, which, like we saw in the chart, doesn't change at all. It is my key, and I can't find it. Same word, but it's playing a different role in each sentence. Okay, now that we know the rule and we know the players, let's apply this knowledge and fix some of the most common mistakes that English learners make. This is where it's all going to click into place. The classic me love you. The emotion is there, but the grammar, not so much. Why is it wrong? Well, because the pronoun is before the verb love. So we need the subject form. We need the doer. And the doer is always I. So it has to be I love you. And here's the flip side of that mistake. I love he. In this case, the pronoun comes after the verb love. It's receiving the action. So we can't use the subject form he. We absolutely need the object form, which is him. I love him. You're probably getting the hang of this now. She helps we. Again, we comes after the verb helps, so it has to be in the object form. And what's the object form of we? It's us. The correct sentence is, she helps us. Okay, look at this one. Them are here. The pronoun is at the very beginning before the verb are. That's the subject spot. And since them is an object pronoun, it can't start the sentence. We need the subject form, they. They are here. Excellent. So we've totally mastered the verb rule. But there is one more situation where you always need to use object pronouns. And luckily, it's just as simple. Let's talk about prepositions. Okay, here is the second unbreakable rule. After little words like to, for, with, about, and from, these are called prepositions, you have to use the object form of the pronoun, always.
So you say things like to me, for her, with him. Never, ever, to I, or for she. And you can see this rule in action everywhere. This gift is for you. After the preposition for, we use you. Come with me. After with, we use me. They are talking about us. After about, we use us. It's a really simple and consistent rule. Okay, you've learned the 2 key rules. Now it's time to put that knowledge to the test. Let's do a quick practice question. Are you ready? We are lost. Can you help? Who? So what pronoun goes in that blank? Think about it. Is it coming before or after the verb? I'll give you a second to lock in your answer. And the answer is us. Of course it is. The blank comes right after the verb help, so we need the object pronoun for we, which is us. Can you help us? Fantastic job. So let's do a super quick recap of everything. The rule is incredibly simple. If a pronoun comes before the verb, you use the subject form, like I, he, or she. If it comes after the verb or after a preposition, you must use the object form, like me, him, or her. That's pretty much all there is to it. And let's end on this note. In English, these tiny little words make a massive difference. The moment you really separate I from me or he from him, your sentences instantly level up. They go from sounding like you're just learning to sounding natural and correct. It's a small change, but it makes a huge impact.